What's going on, guys? You well here, and welcome to Confabulate, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Joel Sanchez. Thank you so much for stopping by. And today, guys, we have a good friend of mine. This is my tennis buddy since we were like 12 years old. Thank you, Maddie, for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very awkward.
I got through the intro. I'm so fucking happy that I got through the intro.
After about 5 takes.
I keep laughing. I get so nervous. I wanted to start off because I actually legit know nothing about you, and I feel like everyone. This is gonna be so much fun. Okay, I don't know nothing about you, and I don't think anyone else knows nothing about you. So I wanted to ask you first, because you're Italian, and actually, I've always wanted to be an Italian. I like to think that I'm an Italian deep down inside.
Okay, I love that for you.
What was it like? Well, how are you Italian? It's your mom, right? Your mom's side?
Yeah, so my mom, she was born in Italy, and then her father is Italian, and then my grandmother, she was born in California, in like San Francisco. She grew up in the Bay Area and all that, but her roots are also Italian.
Ooh.
So my mom's side is very much
Can you
Italian.
say like a sentence in Italian? Like, hi, how are you?
Ciao, ¿cómo stai?
Oh my god.
It's a lot like Spanish. I don't know if I pronounced that perfectly.
Ciao, ¿cómo stai?
Ciao.
It's ciao?
Yeah, like hi, like ciao or bye.
I thought ciao was goodbye.
It can be both.
Oh.
So it's like ciao, ¿cómo stai?
Oh, and then you're also Mexican, right? From your dad's side?
Yes, my dad's side is Hispanic from Mexico.
Have you ever been to Mexico?
Yeah, we went on a vacation once, and it was like a cruise, so we went to like a bunch of little places on the Pacific side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good at geography. We went once, but I've never been to like where he's from and his family is from.
I've always wanted to go to Mexico too, but like I want to go to like a town, like real Mexico. I don't want to go to Cancun.
Oh, I want to go to Cabo. Tulum.
Two different
Have
people.
you seen the influencer posts?
Oh my god. And so, and you, I guess it was like an English speaking at your house. It wasn't really Spanish or Italian. It was mostly English.
No, my parents, they raised us speaking English, and then through my grandparents on my mom's side, we picked up like my brother and I can understand somewhat Italian, and then we know like a few simple phrases, but other than that, it's pretty limited. And the same with Spanish. I mean, that was more so though through our education,
right?
Than speaking it. And then at the bakery, kind of, we picked it up a little bit, like talking with the workers. Like it's very, very broken Spanish. I cannot carry a full-on conversation. It's like Spanglish, and a lot of pointing.
So how did you do in like your Spanish classes?
I mean, I did fine. I got like A's and B's in all my Spanish classes. Like that was fine. But then like learning to apply it outside of the classroom, like conversationally, was difficult or like a challenge. Like I can conjugate a verb, but to do it on the spot, I have to like think myself through it and then be like, okay, this is the verb and this is like how I want to conjugate it, and like this is the proper way. It just doesn't like flow out. There's like definitely a thought process behind it. It doesn't come naturally.
Yeah. I remember when you told me that your brother needed a math tutor, and I'm like, Maddie, you're like, no, I'm not good with math. I'm the wrong person. And then
like,
literally,
you seem smart. Come on. I can't do it.
And then you were like, well, he needs a Spanish tutor too. I'm like, okay, then that's more reasonable. And he ended up with an A in that class. Well, barely.
All
it was
because
like
of you.
All because of me. What would have he ended up with if I didn't tutor him?
I mean, he probably would have pulled it together and gotten like B or C. I don't think he could have swung an A on his own, because his grade when you like before you helped him, it was like borderline D range.
Oh wow.
It was like C, D, and he was like, I do not understand what's going on. And then we were like, okay, we need reinforcements. I don't have the patience to sit with him and walk him through it.
Oh my god.
So that's why we have you.
Yes.
Our assistant.
That was the first time I've ever like tutored someone, like in anything.
You did a really good job. You were like really patient with him, and you were always like, you were really good. You were like made flashcards and like the flashcards with the vocab words, and then like helped him like figure out like ways to remember the words and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
You were a good tutor.
He did a good job too. But my favorite part was when we recorded the video of the cooking. I forgot what the recipe was, but it was like something.
It was some potato dish.
Yes.
It was like a baked potato or something like that.
And
very simple.
Everything he said, lava las patatas, corta las patatas, cocina las patatas.
His accent is terrible. Oh, yes, with the knife.
Yes. Oh, my God.
And that was during the beginning of quarantine, too. That's, like, one of the first memories.
Oh, my God.
It was a disaster. How many takes was it? And we had, like, the flashcards holding it up for him. Oh,
my God.
I had to leave the room because I couldn't stop laughing.
I know. My mom got mad one time because we FaceTimed for his, like, final exam or something. And she's like, you're helping him cheat? I'm like, Mom, I'm just helping. Like, he needs to ace this exam.
Yeah, it was for, like, I think it was his final or something like that. And we were like, SOS. I have no idea.
Oh, my God.
But yes, whatever it takes. He just needs to graduate, okay? We're almost there.
Oh, my God. And where did you grow up going to school?
Well, I grew up in Oak Hills. I've lived there my entire life.
Right.
But for school, I started out at, it's North Minster. I think it's still there. In Salinas, by North Salinas High School. There's a little, like, church and preschool. So I started out there, and then I ended up at a Montessori school until about 7th grade. And then I did homeschooling for a semester.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I transferred to Monte Vista, where I finished off 8th grade through high school.
Wait, homeschooling for a semester?
Yeah, so the Montessori school kind of, like, it started going downhill, and, like, I wasn't really getting an education, or, like, the education we were paying for. And so it came to the point where it's like, okay, we're going to pull you out, and we're going to just put you online for a semester, and then you'll go to Monte Vista for 8th grade and finish out that way. So, yeah, I left, like, it was, like, so weird, because, like, I kind of, like, grew up there in a sense. Like, it's a very small kind of community, and, like, the classrooms are very small. You kind of know everybody in all the grades. And so I was there since, like, kindergarten. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm leaving, like, on to the next chapter. It kind of felt like all of a sudden it was, like, happening. Yeah. But, I mean, it kind of had to happen.
Yeah, and Monte Vista, that's a private school, right?
Mm-hmm. It's in the, back out in the, English.
In Watsonville.
Yeah, in the foothills of Watsonville. So, like, all the way back.
Yeah, we might send Samira there. She's really excited. It was weird because she was pissed that she wasn't going to our county. And she was pissed that she might have gone to Marina High. But once Monte Vista came into the situation, she got super excited for some reason.
That's good.
I'm like, okay.
I mean, it's a decent skill. They are changing headmasters right now, so good luck with whoever the new one is.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's gotten more religious over the years. And when we were there, like, it was fine, obviously, because, like, it was a private Christian school, so you, like, expect it. But, we were raised Catholic, and we had, like, just, like, not, like, a looser grasp on religion, but, like, religion was different for us, and how we, like, practice our faith and all that. And then going to a Christian school where, like, you have chapel, and you're singing in these chapels, like, the entire time. It was just, like, so weird, because, like, you go to Catholic Mass, and, like, yeah, they're singing, but then there's also, like, them reading, like, the hymn and the Psalms and the Bible verse and talking about that. It was just, like, a different meaning of, like, church and, like, how they show their faith. So that was interesting.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like, I've been to Catholic church many, many, many times.
Yeah.
And then Christian church many times, and I've taken Bible lessons and studies, and it's very different. I liked the Christian one just because, you know,
a lot of singing.
A lot of singing. That's how I first started, like, loving to sing. Like, people would, like, turn around because they would hear me sing and be like, why aren't you on the freaking stage? I'm like,
give me a mic and I'll get up there.
One time I had to. There were no singers showed up, and I'm just like, well, if I must.
If I must, I guess I'll do some charity work today.
That's how I knew I needed glasses too, because I can't see far away. The letters were all the way over there. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a struggle for me.
No. Oh my gosh. Nope.
I needed the lyrics printed out.
Couldn't be me.
But school for me, I started out in Seaside.
Oh, okay.
Preschool and kindergarten, and first and I think half of second grade, all in Seaside. And then second half of second grade, I was in Prunedale Elementary School, and I did third grade in Prunedale, and then I did the rest in Castroville. So 4th, 5th, and 6th at the Castroville Elementary, then the middle school, and then the high school. So
Oh, wow.
I moved quite a bit. I've moved from Seaside to Salinas to Prunedale,
Yeah.
and then 2 houses in Cashville. It was always a lot of moving. That's what I remember.
Oh no.
But you've been like in the same house since you were a little kid.
I've been there since I was born.
Have you had like flashbacks, or like do you see it differently? Because in my house, I'm just like, damn, I remember like being like 10, playing on the floor, doing puzzles, and now I'm just like, I can't even sit down because I'm in pain because I'm old.
That's a different story. I mean, I guess a little bit. I mean, I think more like just like the physical appearance. Like obviously, like we've remodeled, I guess,
Right.
or like brought it up to date. I don't know what you call it. I guess
Mm-hmm.
remodel. Stuff, and then like my room's changed, and like I'm always changing like the layout of my room.
Yeah.
And like I like remember like I have like memories from when I was younger. My room
Yeah.
was always a mess, but that's nothing new.
Yeah.
But yeah. Besides that, no. I mean, Nicholas used to be, when he was younger, he used to be across in the office right there from his bedroom, and then he moved to the other bedroom
Oh, cool.
when he was like older.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's about it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Have you had any like thoughts at all like that make you feel old? Like for me, when I feel old is when I can remember how do I explain this? How I can remember how shit was before it happened. Like for example, like I remember here in Prune before that Starbucks was even there.
Oh, okay, like yeah, like
Or-
you remember it like before like a major change
Yeah, and
happened
where
or
the
a
Wells
major
Fargo
event.
used to be a Starbucks, or in Seaside, that park across from the DMV. It used to be a park until they remodeled it.
Used to be a park.
Well, there's still a park.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say, wait, what?
It's still a park, but before.
Was it like a playground?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, it was a playground, and then they remodeled it. So it's like
Now the geese take
when you remember
over.
how things used to be, and you could be like, "Damn, I'm that old." Has
Yeah.
anything hit you like that?
I mean, there's been like moments where like I think back and I'm like, oh wow, like it feels like I was like just in high school, or like high school feels forever ago
Yeah.
now, or like entering high school feels forever ago, or like making that move from Montessori to Monte Vista
Mm-hmm.
feels like ages ago. And like I can remember, like it's like weird. I can like kind of remember like my last day,
Mm-hmm.
or like my last, like I can remember like graduation. Like I have like those types of memories, like, and that's like crazy because it's like,
Mhm.
wow, I feel like, because like I'm almost 21, and so it's like, wow, I've gotten old.
Yeah.
But like we're not really that old because we're literally just entering
Yeah.
our 20s.
Yeah, I can't wait to be a little older and then tell like high school students in my high school, be like, I was a student when we had a dirt track, and they're gonna be like, "Ew, you're fucking old," because we've had that new track. I don't know, 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't. I feel old. I don't know why, but I feel old.
Really?
Yes.
Some moments I'm like, wow, I'm so old, but then I'm like, no, Madeline, reality check. You're literally not even 21 yet. You need to slow down.
My sister's like, "Do you want to jump on the trampoline with me?" I'm like, "I'd rather not."
I'm so sore. I can't move.
And then anytime
Where's
people,
your trampoline?
we don't have one here.
Oh,
It's
oh,
in
at the other
Castroville.
house. Oh, got it. I was like, wait
Yeah.
a second. I don't see one.
I want to mention tennis. I first met you at a tennis lesson with Tina in
Yes.
Meadowbrook and Seaside.
Shout
We were-
out to Tina.
Yeah, it was like around 11 or 12 years old, right?
Yeah, we were in about like fifth. I was in fifth grade, so yeah, we were about in fifth grade.
That's
Fifth-
crazy.
Yeah, because I was still at Montessori. Yeah,
I've
fifth
known
grade.
you longer than I've known most of my friends then.
Really? That's so weird. I mean, I feel like we haven't gotten close though since like in high
Yeah,
school.
we got close like way after.
Yeah.
I think it just started with like, "Hey, do you want to play?"
Yeah, it's like, can you please come play tennis with me? I have no one else to play with, and I'm not playing with Nicholas.
Yes, and Tina always told me, she's like, "Maddie lives really close to you. You guys should play." I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah. It was always like, okay, yeah, maybe. And then we were like, okay, yes.
Yeah, but what got you involved in tennis? Like, why did you start playing?
I needed a sport, okay? God, you're well. But yeah, basically that was it. I remember, I have like a brief memory of my cousin. She's older than me. Because my dad's side, he has a lot of siblings. And so the one we're close with,
Right.
she's like has like her own kids now and like all that. But I remember she bought me my first tennis racket, and her I don't know, I guess he was her fiance or boyfriend at the time, they took me out to play tennis. And then I kind of was like, oh, I kind of like this. And then from there it was like, well, do you want to continue, get lessons, get involved? And then I think she knew Tina before, and that's how like we found out about Tina. Is she knew it through one of like her like coworkers or something like that, and then he referred us to Tina and et cetera and et cetera.
Yeah, my dad's uncle and his wife. I've been going to Meadowbrook since I was a little kid, but I would always just go to the pool. I was like 7 or 8, just swimming in the pool, and then I guess I wanted to learn or just play tennis for a day.
Yeah, it looked interesting.
And then and I loved it. I feel like I did pretty good the first time, and then when you become a member, you get a free lesson with Tina.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so I took that free lesson, but with my mom and Samira. But Samira was like 3, and then I think I just kept taking lessons, and that's why Tina's like a big part of our lives because she's watched us grow.
Yeah, she's
and
like...
yeah. So then I would go. Yeah, right after school we'd drive to Seaside. I miss playing with you guys actually. I was always the only boy. That's what I remember too.
Yeah, you were. It was always a blast.
Yeah,
You're always entertaining.
And everyone would say like, I love going to practice because Yoel is so funny. I would always make everyone laugh. I'm like, sounds nothing like me, but sure.
Yes, you were a blast to have there. It was always weird when you weren't there because like I knew you the longest, and then like Imogene came on, and then Darcy also like joined, and then I feel like there was someone else I can't remember.
I loved hitting with Mila.
Oh yeah, Mila.
And then there was the girl. I don't know her name. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't remember names anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so like I knew you the longest, so I was like, okay, like I knew someone there. And then when you weren't there, it was like, okay.
Yeah. But my favorite to hit against was Darcy because I feel like her and I were just like the same player. We would hit the same balls. We would hit it the same way, and I'm just like, oh my god. But
like
she's a lot
backboard.
better than me. But you were in the tennis team in your high school, right?
Yeah, I was for 2 years. I lasted.
Oh, how did you do in your team?
I did decently. My coach played me with doubles, and like my coach kind of had to like kiss his ass to level up, and like you know me, I'm not a kiss ass type of person. Like if I don't like you, you kind of know it. I mean, I like be cordial, but like I don't know. He just like bothered me because like that's how you had to be to get what you wanted and get higher up. Like this girl, it was like her first year, and she was put on singles. Like this was her first time holding a racket, and he put her to singles, and that just like infuriated me so much because it's like I've been playing tennis for like a solid like 5 years now. Like I know how to properly hit a ball. Like Tina, like she always was like, I don't care if you like miss, like just make sure you're hitting it correctly. And like for him, because you know this is a team on the high school and like you need to win, it was much more, I don't care how you hit the freaking ball, just win. And like
God.
And so like watching like her serve was always like it was literally just throwing the ball straight up and then just whacking it, and it's like, where's the spin, where's like the correct handle on the racket, like what in the world? And so she got the singles spot, and that like really infuriated me. And then the next year, because you know there was a senior who was number 1 singles, and she graduated, and then so she moved up to number 2 singles. And like the girl that was number 1 singles was like this tennis prodigy from China. Like she was amazing, like could practice with the boys and like whip their ass basically.
Wow. And
like she was great, so like obviously she deserved number 1. But then to see like the number 2 singles be her, this other girl, it was like, are you kidding me? Wow. So I lasted 2 years, and then my senior year I was like, I don't have any more friends on the team. I'm not doing this. Kind of how it was is because like I was there for like, it was like fun to play tennis, and then it was also like social hour at the same time. Because like my first year there was like this group of us, there was like 4 of us, and 2 of the girls were seniors, and like we were all really close and just had a blast. And then the second year the 2 seniors graduated, and then the other girl, she was my age, but she was a year younger, or a grade below me, and she quit like before the season even started. And I was like, oh my god, like we were like after practice one day, he's like, if anyone doesn't want to be here, just tell me now, like I don't want to waste anyone's time. And she raised her hand and she's like, I actually don't want to be here. And he was not expecting that. His face was like, oh my god. He like was like, okay, we'll talk after practice. And like she like left and like never came back. And then so it was like just me, and like my doubles partner was this dorm student, and she was like a sweetheart. I loved her, and like we played well together. But yeah, I was just kind of like, okay, all my friends are like graduated
Right.
and no longer on the team because of the coach and the dynamic. So then I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
They like tried recruiting me my senior year and I was like, no.
Oh, wow.
I'm not playing. They had like no girls, or like the team wasn't strong and they needed another strong player.
Yeah.
And I was like, well.
Do you want to know how bad I was at tennis? My first tournament, I think I was 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
The first guy I was going to play up against, he showed up, but he was really late.
What the heck? Disqualified. Yeah. Goodbye.
He was really late. He wasn't answering the phone. And then they showed up, I think, like 45 minutes late.
What the heck?
And then I think they asked me, they're like, either... Oh my god, I forgot what they asked me. It was 2 options, but one of the options was like, you're still going to play, but you're going to have an advantage. You're going to have, I think...
Did they like...
They're going to put it like...
the first set or something?
I think they gave me, like the first set, like a few games. And I still played with him, and I lost.
Oh no.
That's how bad I was.
Oh no.
But it sucked because it's a lot of pressure when your whole family's just sitting, looking at you.
Oh,
Everyone was just sitting there judging everything that I'm doing. Like, my dad would be like, your form. And I'm like, oh my fucking gosh.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of pressure. But then my second tournament, when I was like 12.
You leveled up?
I leveled up and I won the whole tournament.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's when I was 12.
Okay,
I'm
touche.
21.
Touche. We've had like much more, many more. Wait, I can't say it. You've had much more important accomplishments since then.
But in all honesty, I remember the people I was playing up against, they all sucked. It was terrible. I got a lot.
So they were like you 2 years ago.
Basically. I was getting points just because they would hit the ball out.
Oh no.
And a lot of times I would still hit the ball because I just want a fucking rally.
Yeah, to play.
If it was out, I would hit it and we would continue rallying. My mom was like, you hit so many balls that were out. I'm like, I just wanted to play.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't want to win like that.
You knew you were going to win anyways.
I felt like it was given to me. I don't know.
But then also at the same time, if you're just given the W, just take the W and run, Yoel.
No, Maddie, I want to play.
No. This is how you get places in life. You have to take it and run.
Oh my god. But I feel like I've been fighting for like men's tennis for a long time and no one fucking cares. Starting with my high school. Okay, I get it, we don't have tennis courts, but I told the principal so many fucking times,
it's not in the budget, Yoel. God.
Make it fit into the budget. We had a budget for a new gym and a new track and a new library.
No one needs the library.
Exactly.
You have the one in Casterville that was remodeled. Good enough.
And everyone got new desks and...
Oh, no one needs desks. They can sit on the ground. They can sit in the ones that are going to give them tetanus.
Mm-hmm. And they put fencing around the whole place.
Oh, those bitches.
And they put that big old thing in the parking lot blocks you from the sun that gives you shade. What is that called?
Oh, like the carports?
Sure.
I thought those were...
Well, those are new.
I thought those were like the solar panels.
Maybe no.
No, because the solar panels are it's definitely carports, but 100% on top they look like solar panels.
Anyways, the school had a budget for that. Why can't we just get 4 tennis courts and get a men's team and a women's team?
Oh, you didn't have a women's team either?
No.
Oh, I thought you had like, I don't know.
We didn't have tennis.
Oh wait, no. If you had a women's team, then you would have had a men's team because of like discrimination.
Well, NPC only has a women's team. That's why when I started
that's discrimination, isn't it?
When I started there, I'm like,
Title IX.
Where's the men's team? And then I took lessons, and the coach was like, yeah, I've been fighting for a men's tennis team for a long time, and they just don't want to give it to us. And I'm like, that makes no fucking sense.
You should pull a Title IX on them. Be like, I need the tennis team.
Yeah. And as soon as
equality.
What's his name? Coach Vi. As soon as he saw me play, he's like, hey, you can practice with the girls team anytime you want. I'm like, thank you.
Finally, the recognition I deserve.
I want to be in the team, but it'd be weird for a girls tournament and then there'd be a boy.
Yeah, true.
So I'd much rather be in a men's team, but
one day you'll get your tennis team and you'll be the #1 singles player and everyone will praise you.
Does CSUMB have a men's tennis team?
Probably.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, that's like university. You'd have to like, to be a walk-on player, you need to start practicing now.
Oh, it's university level.
Yeah, it's like they're like, I think they're Division 1 or Division 2. The sports. I know the soccer team's like is it D1 or D2? I don't know. Their soccer team.
I can't just like slip myself in there.
No, you can't just slip yourself in there.
I need to prove myself and try out and
basically.
Oh.
And you're gonna be see if like V has like a contact at CSUMB. And be like, look.
Yes, I'll text him.
I want to play.
He actually texted a few weeks ago like, hey guys, we're opening up the tennis courts, start taking classes, and I just left them on red. Because I saw the time and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
Oh, is this? I think you tried to convince me to take it with you.
Yes, and I was like, it would have been so much fun.
I'm busy taking my classes.
Make time.
No.
Because it's nice to play tennis with people that
makes it like more fun.
Yeah,
like, more enjoyable.
There was one girl. She was like the number one girl on the team, and my goal was to beat her, and I never fucking beat her. She would work me out.
Who is Michael?
Huh?
Who is Michael?
Michael?
I thought you said Michael.
My goal.
Oh, my goal.
My goal was to beat her, and I never did, which pissed me off.
Calm down.
I'm like, Michael.
I thought there was like another kid named Michael, and he beat her, but you were never able to, and it pissed you off. Okay, yeah.
There's another girl who she was really good, but she was really lazy in the court. So I was able...
Literally me.
And then she would get mad because I just do like drop shots or just like make her run. And
that literally sounds like when we play together. Does it not?
No comment.
Exactly. You can say yes. I'm not offended.
Oh my god. Let's talk about your cats.
Oh, yes.
I want to know, when did you get these cats?
Oh, the origin stories?
Yeah.
Perfect. I have it written out in pages. I'm creating a documentary. I'm so glad you asked. It's called, there's a working title, but it'll be great. HBO's gonna produce it.
Oh my god. Just tell me how long you've had them and whatnot. And why did you get them?
Okay, so
wait, let me open my water. Don't mind me.
Oh yeah, I like drank and it sounded weird and I was like, oh no. So you're gonna have to like minimize that and that. That's disastrous. I'm trying to talk here and tell my story.
People don't care. Guys, we're sitting on beanbags and we have water bottles. Okay? Excuse us.
ASMR.
Oh my god. No. Stop.
Oh. It happened.
Literally the thing went up and down.
Okay, well.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll start off in chronological order. So first, when I was born, we had Sage. I really don't know where she came from, but she is now deceased. We had to put her down. She was very old. She lived a very nice life, though. But during Sage's life, we also got Espresso, which you're literally obsessed with. He's such a fake bitch. Anyways.
Be nice to the king.
Okay, well, I am nice. I'm telling you how it is, okay? Honesty is the best policy, Yoel. Anyways, so he was actually, there's like this, I don't know if they're still like doing their thing or whatever, but there's this like family or couple in Hollister and they like will pick up stray cats and then they'll like house or like clean them up and then it's like a shelter basically.
Oh my god, Espresso was a stray cat?
Yeah, they were all stray cats.
All three of your cats?
Yes.
God bless your heart. Oh my god.
Anyways.
I love them even more.
So Espresso he was like already a year or two old, I think, when we got him. My parents were like, they were at like PetSmart or Petco randomly one day and like they had their little setup and then they picked him out and like I didn't know what he looked like. My brother was with him. And, like, this was, like, pre-iPhone, so, like, obviously we didn't have a picture, and, like, obviously me wanted to know, like, what exactly this cat looked like. But, yeah, so we picked him up, and then we've had him. He's, like, I want to say 12 or 13 years old now. I want to say 12.
Is that old for a cat?
Yeah, that's pretty old for a cat.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
I know, it's so sad. But, yeah, so he is ruler of the house, obviously, as you know. Yeah. He's earned that title. And then there's Olive, who is a fucking idiot. Bless her heart. There's just air in her head. There is no brain. Inside her skull is just air. And then there's a little bit of brain to tell her when she's hungry.
I can't.
Like for the basic functions. Beyond that, nothing. She is also a stray cat. Hers was one of my mom's friends. Her husband was a realtor and he was selling this house, and on the property there was this barn and like all the kittens were there, so she rescued them and like brought them in. And so she posted to Facebook and is like, I have a bunch of kittens. So Olive, we did not plan on getting her. We went and we were like, oh, let's just check it out, because Sage had been like dead. That sounds really morbid when you just like, Sage has been dead for like a few years. And so we were like, okay, yeah, let's get another cat. And then we came home with her. Dario, my father, he had no idea we were coming home with Olive.
Oh my god.
So we just showed up and we were like, surprise.
He was excited.
Oh yeah, thrilled. I've never seen him jump for joy. Over the moon. Not a fan of Olive. She just meows and meows and meows, and like you never know what she wants, and it's just so annoying.
Yes, I pet her and then she scratches me.
I told you to just pet her on her head, and you decided
that makes no sense
to not listen, and you decided to pet like her neck and her body, and she was like, "No, bitch, hands off." Have you ever heard of consent? And so that's how that happened.
At least she was using her brain for that.
Yeah, that's... God. I told you, for basic needs of survival, that's when it clicks on. Other than that, nothing. She's also, I swear to God, she's deaf. Like, partially deaf. For the longest time, she wouldn't move when, like... she wouldn't, like, move or, like, turn her head when you were calling her. Would just, like, have this blank stare into oblivion. And then for the longest time, she also... like a moving car, like a truck could be coming at her, the cat would not move. My mom's like pulled into the garage and there's been like 3 inches of space between like Olive and her tire, which is like concerning on both ends, but like that's another story. Anyways, so that's Olive. Bless her heart. She has no heart either. Anyways.
Right.
Then there's Crumbs, who he was born in Casterville, or like in the industrial park.
He's from the hood?
He's from the hood.
Okay, good.
He's a hood cat. Yes. We love diversity. We celebrate that in our household.
Oh my god. I've never laughed so much in an interview. My stomach hurts.
You're welcome.
Well, I didn't do abs today, so...
Well, that sounds like a personal problem. Shame on you. So he was born to a stray cat family. And they used to actually, because we'd put the bread outside to cool, and they would, like, eat the sourdough. So we would, like, have to, like, toss away loaves because the cats nibbled on it. So he was actually hurting our profits. Anyways.
Oh my god, Maddie. I didn't know you were so hilarious.
I'm a joy.
What the fuck is going on?
And then there was... Okay, so Crumbs, he showed up in the office one night because it was, like, raining. And obviously, he's very smart. Has a perfect brain. So smart, that cat. I love him. I'm literally obsessed with him. The other two, they have their moments. But, like, moments.
So he's your favorite?
Yes.
Okay.
We pick favorites.
You should love them all equally.
Okay, well, you know. We celebrate diversity, so baby steps. I'm kidding, guys, I'm kidding. So yeah, he showed up, and then at first he was scared because, like, he had never, like, been around human interaction, and so my dad opened there's, like, a door in the office that leads just directly to the parking lot, so we let him out that way, and then the next morning, my mom, like, looks over into that area, and she sees him perched on, like, a box, and then she was like, "Oh," and then we fed him, and he never left, and at one point, there was a brief moment where we considered having to let him go, but I was like, listen up, we have domesticated him, we have cared for him, I am too attached to him, we are not letting him go, so then we took him home, Christmas Eve.
And your dad was thrilled about that too?
Well, he was kind of already prepared that we were going to be taking him home since we were nurturing him already. And he was like, he can't live in the office forever. Like, luckily, like, thank God it wasn't really a health code violation because, like, there's a door to the office, so it separates it from, like, the production. And so, like, just as long as he never got out, we would be fine. He did get out once, but he ran right out. But then he came back. Or my mom got him back because I was, like, going to be heartbroken if she didn't. So, anyways, so then we ended up with him, and then that's that. He's, like, we've had him since, like, he was a kid. He's, like, 3 in August. Yeah. So he's the love of my life. Screw the male generation.
Can I do, like, a family photo for you guys?
Sure. Wait.
You think that'll work out? Because I just pictured, like, a huge family portrait with your 3 cats and your mom and your dad and your brother.
We don't need them. My mom, dad, and brother, not the cats.
No, I think I need the cats in the photo. I'm trying to picture it in my head using my artistic brain.
Oh, okay. Well, you have no photography of your own in this room. Where is the artisticness? Shame on you. What is that?
My cousin.
Did you, like, do that on wood?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's so good.
My cousin made that. I just put it up without asking.
Audie? Good job, Audie, if you're listening. I like it. Wow. Yeah. She's so talented. Is that hand missing a finger? 1, 2, 3.
I don't know. I haven't counted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Maddie,
it's not.
Maddie, back to the interview.
Sorry. I got distracted. It was a cool photo. It looked like it was missing a finger, which would have made it even cooler. Kind of disturbing, but still pretty cool.
Anyways, I was going to say, my house in Cashville, I have all the photos that I've taken in a nice wall.
I've never seen them.
I have a picture. I'll show you.
Okay, thank you.
But I love photography. I've always loved taking pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I get lazy. I'm like, I don't want to. Because on the whole camera, it's like a big old... It's like a whole process.
I hate using my camera because I always feel like a tourist when I do. But then I'm like,
God.
the photos look so much better when I use my camera. Like,
yes.
This iPhone camera looks like a dump. Like, literally trash.
I know. For me, it's like, oh, I gotta change the lens, I gotta charge the battery, the thing's heavy.
The battery's always dead on mine.
I almost got jumped in Dominican Republic.
I'm sorry, what?
Because I'm like, okay.
Were you looking for J-Lo? She's shooting her movie there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how her and A-Rod ended up in Miami. And then that's when apparently A-Rod hooked up with another girl. None of this is confirmed. He didn't physically cheat on J-Lo, but physically. Emphasis on physically.
Oh my God, how old is A-Rod?
He's 50s.
And he cheated on Jennifer Lopez?
Yes, he's an idiot. He's cheated on his past wife, too. He's just... And now he's chasing clout via TikTokers.
This is Jay-Z cheating on Beyonce all over again.
Yeah, but J-Lo dumped A-Rod and said goodbye. They officially split up.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. I could... No.
On J-Lo? Oh my God.
I know.
Makes no sense.
I know. And especially because they, like, blended their families and, like, they were kids... Like, they all had kids around the same age, and, like, they were, like, working as, like, a blended family, and, like, they had plans, like, wow.
God, what's that?
What a screw up.
What's that thing that Billie Eilish said? You give an ugly man a chance, he thinks he can rule the world.
Amen. I have experienced that.
Yeah. God.
But yeah, feel free to do a family portrait. It may not, it'll be difficult because, well, Nicholas is a pain to deal with. The cats will be fine.
I think he'll be fine.
Debatable. Have you seen the kid? He's very hard to manage. If you're listening to this podcast, Nicholas, love you, sweetie.
Oh my God, Maddie, I cannot. Keep it together, you will. Okay, next up, I want to talk about Queen Taylor Swift.
Thank God. I thought you would never ask about her.
No.
My idol.
I'm going to start talking about Taylor because you are probably the reason why I'm a Swiftie now.
Thank God.
I'm not a diehard Swiftie like you, but I'm getting there.
Not. I don't think I'm a diehard. Like, I don't know everything about her. But, like, I have a nice general knowledge about, like, the albums and, like, all that and, like, a lot. But, like, I couldn't tell you, like, every last little detail, but I could tell you a majority.
Yeah. So, like, I was never really a big fan growing up.
I'm aware.
I'm using my words carefully. I don't want to piss you off.
This podcast will end early.
I'm leaving.
Goodbye.
But I always had my favorites, and I want to share my favorites with you. My first one,
Okay.
it's a song called Crazier. It was
Yes.
from the Hannah Montana movie. I remember watching that movie and seeing Taylor sing that song, and I'm like, her voice is so beautiful.
I just rewatched that movie recently.
I need to watch it again. I saw something on TikTok. I'm like, oh, I want to watch it.
I know.
I love Crazier. I've always loved it. One of my favorites.
That was a good song.
Another one, when I first heard All Too Well, I think All Too Well is a masterpiece. God. I was watching the Grammys. She performed it. The bitch was playing piano, whipping her head back and forth, giving a show. I'm like, wow, what a performer. Did you know
there's like a 6-minute version of it?
Oh, I'm in.
I hope she releases it because she's re-recording that album. And so I hope she gives us the 6-minute version because like it's already like 4 minutes long. It's like a little over 4 minutes. But yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
My next, I love, oh my God. Lover. The first time I heard Lover, I'm like, this is a masterpiece. Perfection. And then my other favorite is Soon You'll Get Better.
Okay.
I think those lyrics are beautiful, and I know it's about her mom, so I'm like, wow.
That was a good one too.
And then Beautiful Ghost from Cats, just the way she's performing, I'm like, damn, she could go to Broadway. Like, she did a great job.
I don't think I've heard that one in its entirety.
Are you kidding me? She's like belting at the end. She has this long note that she's like yelling out, and
we'll play it later because
the emotion. Copyright. Taylor will come for us.
She could.
What an honor if she comes for us, though.
Honestly, okay, pull it up. Where's the song?
Go look it up while I keep talking. Beautiful Ghost.
We'll not try that today.
There's one more that I love. It's from Folklore. Epiphany. I love I know you don't like Epiphany, but I love
it's
Epiphany.
grown on me, okay?
Those are my favorites. Talk to me about your favorite Taylor songs.
I have to choose one?
Well, let me ask you first, like, how did you become a big fan, and
I think just
how much you love her and stuff?
Growing up, like, I don't know, I was like always very much into like, I was very much like girly girl in that sense with like the pop music and like the artists, like One Direction, Taylor Swift, like just very much like typical teenage girl. Justin Bieber I wasn't into right away, thank God. When he had that gross young voice, when he sounded like a little girl.
But you were into like the classic pop back then. Yeah. So like Katy Perry too, right?
Yeah, I loved Katy Perry. She was like one of the first albums I bought. But yeah, so started listening to her back then, and then just like continued to follow along. Her first few albums I'm like aware of, like I don't know as like well as I know like Red. That album is when I really started like paying attention and like listening to her obsessively. So I know like Red through her most recent Evermore album. Well, yeah, of the new released ones. And then but yeah, what was I saying? Oh, my favorite songs. I lost my train of thought. Okay, All Too Well is a classic. If it's not your favorite, then don't not talk to me. Or one of your favorites.
Yeah.
What's the one? I can't see. Okay, I'm very bad at, as you know, lyrics and song names, not my thing. Wait, I literally can't remember any songs. Her Reputation album, I absolutely love just because it was like, I mean, you have to know like the meaning behind it all, and like how like she was like in hiding more or less, and then like came out and like boom, this like masterpiece of an album. And then my phone is close to the mic, but yeah,
you should be good.
Obviously, like Reputation, like that opening song, like it was like, are you ready for it? I'm not gonna sing.
Right. But have you ever been to a show?
Yes, I went to her 1989 tour. That album was amazing. Style, iconic. Out of the Woods, loved it. What's the one where it's like Wildest Dreams? You'll like I told you I'm not good with like song names. I swear I'm a fan. Song names not my thing. Wildest Dreams, loved the music video for Wildest Dreams. Can we talk about Scott Eastwood? A babe.
Oh my God.
Blank Space, like just that whole album was just like so. That was like her transition to pop, and like she nailed it in my opinion.
I heard that was like a great show.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I was in the nosebleeds, and like tickets in the nosebleeds still were like like $300, $400.
Oh, wow.
And like I was at the top. And like, but it was such a blast. I went with my friend. Shake It Off, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just so much fun. Like just the energy that like she creates and like how she does her show. It just like, and that was when she started bringing on the surprise guests.
Right.
And so like you didn't know who it was. We got Little Mix.
Little Mix.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was pretty good. I know. I was like, okay, not bad. Like
San Jose?
yeah, I went to the one Levi's Stadium.
Oh, okay.
So that's where she performed because it was a stadium tour, I think, that one.
Yeah.
So I was there for that. That one, I mean, the stadium, I was like, wow, this stadium's so nice because it was like brand new.
Yeah.
And so that was my first time there, not for a football game, for a Taylor Swift concert, of course.
I've been to that stadium to see Beyonce. She looked like a little ant.
Wow.
She looked tiny.
I wanted to go to that show.
Yeah, I saw her there, and then I went to WrestleMania at that stadium.
Ooh.
WWE.
Wow.
I got a tan line from there.
Oh, love that.
The sun was just burning on me for hours.
Gross. No, I went to a football game there. The Niners lost. They were, obviously.
Oh, football. Yay.
Sports. Woo!
Did you have fun?
Yeah, unfortunately, Jimmy Garoppolo was not the quarterback at the time. So that was a little bit of a letdown. I don't even know who the quarterback was. It was just disastrous. I don't even remember who they were playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, back to Taylor Swift. Her Folklore and Evermore albums, amazing, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like Coney Island. I don't know why.
What the fuck is that?
You don't... That song on Evermore.
Oh, it's a song?
I'm not going to sing it, but it's like...
Well, I'm not good with song titles, so...
Okay, I'm glad.
But I'm...
It's like, I'm sitting on a bench in Coney Island.
Oh, sitting on a bench.
Corner.
Yeah.
I'm not singing. Anyways, but yeah, that one's good. Champagne Problems.
Yeah.
Love that song.
On my road trip, all
so
they would
good.
play was Willow.
Willow's good.
Every radio station.
It just like, yeah, and like that's the other thing. It's like so annoying with like the radio stations because like
I
they
know.
like take a nice song, like a really good song,
Ugh.
and then they overplay it, and then it's just like ruined, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to this song anymore because
Yes.
it's just so overplayed. But then you're like, but I want to listen because it's actually a great song.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was listening to Ed Sheeran's albums, and I used to love Perfect. You know that song Perfect?
Oh yeah.
I used to love it. It was my favorite. And now every time it comes on, I'm like, oh, it's so fucking
it's
annoying.
So annoying.
Same
now.
thing with Thinking
The
Out Loud.
Beyonce edition.
Oh, it's perfection.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah. Same thing with Thinking Out Loud. I'm like, when your legs don't walk like
Yeah,
they used to
that was
before.
good.
Like,
And then all of a sudden, that's all we heard for
That's why
3 months.
when I listen to albums, I just hate the singles. I just listen to like the hidden treasures, the beautiful tracks on it.
Mm-hmm.
What's next? I forgot what I wrote. Nick Jonas. Nick.
Thank
I mean,
God.
I asked you on our carpool karaoke how much you love him.
What?
Your husband.
Yes. My
Are you looking at your ring?
Not Priyanka's. My imaginary ring. Let me just...
So I don't want to say hate, but you dislike Priyanka just because you're married to him.
Basically. And also, like, I just get this, like, annoying vibe from her. She's just very much, like, so annoying. And, like, tries to be, like, in the know and, like, needs to be at the center of everything. This is just, like, what I've seen. Like, I obviously do not know the lady. Obviously. But yeah, she just bothers me. And her fashion choices... disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. She needs a new stylist. I'm up for hire.
But I feel like she dresses better than Taylor.
And we're done. Thank you for listening, guys. It's been such a pleasure. I'll be back for season 2, whether Yoel likes it or not. Thank you and goodbye.
Oh, I can't breathe.
You can leave and I'll finish up the interview. It'll be a one-man show.
Saying that there hasn't been that many looks of Priyanka that I'm like, oh, but there's been a lot of Taylors that I'm just like questionable.
Okay, but Taylor's been relevant for longer. And you have to think of like when she was wearing this. And was it popular back in 2012? Probably so. But is it popular now? No.
God.
Okay? God. The audacity. Do you hear him?
But do you not like any of Priyanka's looks?
Okay, she's had a few good. That Grammys one, was it the Grammys? The one that I absolutely hated?
That shows like her
Yeah.
whole chest. Yeah.
That one, disaster.
Did you like her wedding dress?
Not really.
Oh my god.
Wasn't a fan. I don't know. It was weird how it came up like up to here, her neck or whatever, and then like the long sleeves, like I don't know. It's like show a little something. I'm not saying you have to wear like a dress from Fashion Nova for your wedding, but like I don't know.
God.
I mean, she looked like it fit her nicely. It was tailored to her nicely. She looked good in the dress. Would I have worn it? Not a chance. But
okay, back to Nick.
Yeah, back to the star of the show.
So you just became a big fan of Nick just because of the Jonas Brothers, and then once he like went on his own, you just stayed.
Camp Rock. Thank you very much. Did you know my mom thought Zac Efron was in Camp Rock the other night?
Oh my god.
I know. I was like, Jody, no.
My dad was watching The Voice and he's like, "Who are those people? I only know John Legend." And I'm like, "Dad, the disrespect."
God.
He's like, "Who's that young guy?" I'm like,
God.
Nick Jonas.
Only.
Who's that woman? I'm like,
Kelly Clarkson.
He said, "Who's that woman? Christina Aguilera?" I'm like, Dad. I mean.
Oh my god. Christina Aguilera. No, she was a few seasons back.
Oh my god.
That's good. But yeah, because I was talking about how Zac Efron had broken up with his girlfriend, and so here's my chance. And she was like, "Oh yeah, you used to watch him on, what was that, Camp Rock?" And I'm like, "No, High School Musical."
She's like,
deeply offended. She was like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, no, stop. But yeah, love him. Loved his little solo career. I didn't follow him as much as I followed Taylor Swift, but I mean, love him for different reasons than I love Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then once the Jonas Brothers reunited, obviously it was the best day of my life. Well, not the.
You haven't went to their show, huh?
Let's not talk about it, okay, Yoel? Let's not talk about it.
It looks like a great show. I saw some performances.
I'm gonna dump my water all over your microphone. Just yours.
Can you imagine if I went and I didn't take you?
This friendship would be over. Done. Canceled. We were supposed to go see. You wanted to go for like a fucking weekend and do it all at once in Vegas.
Oh,
Kelly. They were doing their residencies. Yeah. I think it was.
That was funny. They announced it, and then 2 weeks later it was COVID.
Yeah, it was really depressing. Anyways, but yeah, Kelly and then Nick. Well, not just Nick.
It's not all about Nick.
He's the only one that matters. Well, Joe recently, because he had a baby, and their baby, and I love like him and Sophie's relationship, so precious. But yeah, so R.I.P. to that. One day it'll happen. Okay.
I'm sure they're gonna reschedule the Vegas thing, Kelly too, so we could still plan it.
God, I hope so. I need something to look forward to. Life is pretty bleak these days.
Is it just me, or like I don't remember anything from 2020? I feel like 2020 was a blur.
2020 was
because of COVID.
Literally, yeah. Let's think. Yeah, basically, we went back to school, and I remember like on like my first day of class, because I was taking a biology class, and my professor was like, "Oh yeah, we'll cover viruses," and he was like, "I'm sure you guys have like heard about like the coronavirus going on in China right now," and then all of a sudden it's like, "Okay, we're not coming back to school. See you when I see you." 2 weeks to flatten the curve, my ass. Been a fucking year.
Oh my god.
But yeah, 2020 was literally just COVID.
Was that when you were already in San Francisco?
No, well, yeah, and then I started in the fall at San Francisco.
Okay.
I'm so happy. I almost went in the spring, because I met with an admissions guy the fall before, and he was like, "Yeah, submit your application." And it's like, he's like, "Don't worry that it says like it's late. We're still like taking them. I just have to put a due date." And then I was like, "Okay." And then so I submitted it. And then I like got back to the car and I'm like, "Mom, I've basically been accepted," because like that was like the only school I wanted to go to. Like I didn't apply anywhere else. Like in hindsight, kind of stupid, but also it like paid off.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Wait a second, I need a moment to like take this in, because now we're gonna start having to pay the tuition and like worry about that financing." And then I applied, and then I was like, I didn't go in the spring because it was like, okay, I can take like another chem class and another bio class at MPC for a fraction of the price. obviously, because university is expensive.
Yeah.
And so I did, and then looking back, at like first I was kind of like bummed because I was like, oh, it would have been so fun to like start in the spring, but then it would have been like an entire semester shut down because of COVID. But now look at where we are. It's been 2 semesters, well 3 basically, shut down because of COVID.
Yeah, you haven't like officially like done the whole San Francisco.
No, not
school.
officially. I mean, I've been to like visit the campus, but like that's not the same as like attending the school.
Attending like living there and like
yeah,
walking around campus and
exactly.
taking class and eating there. Yeah.
Exactly. So fingers crossed things are like continuing the way they are and we're on a downward curve with this whole COVID situation. And I'll resume in the fall. I picked out my room or I guess it's like apartment. I don't know. I picked out where I'm living.
Cute.
Yes, I'm very excited. It's called Loyola Village.
Is there room for an extra bed so when I come for the weekend?
We'll have to make something work. I've never slept in a twin bed.
You're sleeping on a twin bed?
What do you think dorm rooms are? It's like an extra long twin bed or whatever.
Oh, we're gonna have to work something out because I can't do that.
Yeah, me either. You can sleep on the floor or the couch. We'll have a couch in the living room.
I'm okay with the couch.
Yeah, we can. Or if the couch is occupied, we can set up the dining room table.
Occupied by what?
I don't know.
Are you taking your cats? That'll be so fun.
They're not allowed. Else I would have tried. But it would have been hard to relocate them like that, and just so much extra responsibility. Anyways.
They're gonna miss you when you leave.
I hope so. Nicholas says they won't.
Well, Espresso will take over your bed. So.
He's literally sleeping there right now. I left him at the top of my bed. Like, his head is buried in a pillow because I have my blinds open and it's too bright. I'm like, I hate you. You can't sleep outside or on a chair. You have to sleep at the top of my bed and lay your head on a pillow.
Oh my god.
Last night, I was eating a breadstick and I was obviously in bed. I was hungry.
Very Italian of you. I was eating a breadstick.
And I was sitting there and he's like sleeping by me. And I have it just like, I'm like just biting it. And like obviously like the other end is like facing him and he's sniffing it. And I keep raising it. And he gets up and then he takes a bite out of it and starts chomping down on my breadstick. I'm like, excuse you. Like, no, what the hell? I was a little annoyed.
That's why
like,
he's so thick.
Honestly, no personal boundaries and eats anything and everything. It's from his street days, I'm convinced. But still, no excuse. God.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so unfortunately, no animals are allowed. I can't even bring like a dining room. Can I bring a dining room chair? Because we have a balcony. The rules for that stupid thing, fucking obnoxious. You can't you can't have because it's 21 and up building. So everyone's of drinking age. You can't bring alcohol onto the balcony. Like, don't you want to enjoy your wine or drink and have some fresh air and take in nature?
Right.
But no alcohol on the balcony. You can't hang your laundry from the balcony. If you want to air dry it, it's what am I supposed to do? And then, because you can't dry everything. And then there was something else. I think you have to have designated patio chairs or some crap like that. It's so stupid. I'm what's the point of having a balcony if you can't even enjoy the balcony?
Yeah.
I'm paying extra for the balcony.
The drinking one confuses me.
Right?
I know they don't want people to be drunk and jump off.
Yeah, but that's why the school has insurance. That's why we have insurance.
Yeah. And what's stopping me from getting drunk inside and still jumping off?
Exactly. Wait, literally. Honestly, I don't understand. It's so annoying. And
God.
So we'll see. But if I have it in a water bottle of some sort or a swell bottle, they're never gonna know. I'm also willing to risk it. Potentially. I say that now, but when the time comes, TBD.
Wow.
Because I don't want to get evicted from my apartment.
Oh my god, no, we don't want that.
Because then I'll be homeless.
Let's talk about the Met Gala. Is that one of your dreams to go to Met Gala one day?
Well, obviously yes. Do I think I belong there? No, because I think I think, like, because, like, they're starting to bring in influencers. And, like, okay, fashion influencers, I understand. But YouTubers and TikTokers, I don't know if they're going to invite TikTokers. I pray to God they do not.
God, no.
But, like, they had James Charles and Liza Koshy come to, not last year's, obviously, but 2019's Met Gala. And, like, it was just, like, it's, like, frustrating. Because it's, like, you're not in fashion. Like, I understand, like, you're a creative of some sort. But, like, you're not in fashion. So, like, what are you doing here? And, like, so what? Like, James Charles has, like, custom outfits made for him for Coachella. Like, big fucking deal. Like, when you have money, that's possible. But, yeah, so it's, like, I feel like, I don't know. It's just, like, it's not your place. I feel like it's, like, fashion influencers. And, like, I understand celebrities to, like, draw the attention to the event. And then it's, like, obviously an honor to be invited. And then to have a designer dress you. But with the YouTubers and then the potential, like, TikTokers that could show up, it's, like, you're kind of ruining, like, this was for, like, I know, like, the definition of, like, celebrities changing, but, like, this is for, like, the true celebrities and, like, to, like, raise, like, money for the Costume Institute at the Met and, like, all this stuff. And it's, like, you're being invited by the editor of Vogue. Like, this isn't, like, I don't know, Cosmo or something like that.
Yes.
Or, like, People magazine. This is like Vogue. So it's a whole nother ball game. And so that's a little annoying. But I am excited for this. We'll get one in the fall, like a mini Met Gala.
Okay.
And then they'll do a bigger one next May. So May 2022.
Okay, so I get frustrated when the freaking celebrities do not, go with a theme. Because there's a theme every year. And then they show up in something and I'm like
exactly.
What?
Like, this is, like, your chance to, like, take that risk with, like, the fashion, like, have fun with the theme, because, like, that's what it's about. It's, like, literally for the Costume Institute. It's a night to, like, get dressed up and, like, put on a show with, like, just your fashion.
Yeah.
Or through your fashion.
Yeah. And it's so nice. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say, like, that's just annoying because it's, like, you have, like, the access to do this and, like, I'm sure you can, like, work with the designer and be like, look, like, I really want to, like, go for it. And then the designer will be like, okay, because it's a chance for the designer to also show off their work and what they are capable of.
You're right.
And so it's just, it's, like, just frustrating when they don't nail the theme or they show up with something, like, just so simple. And it's like, okay, you look great, but, like, you're not following the theme. There's literally a theme for this reason.
Yeah. But I like it when I see, like, the fashion icons, because I know they're not going to disappoint.
Yeah, like Blake Lively always looks good.
Yeah. Anytime I see Lady Gaga or Rihanna's going to be there, I'm like, yes.
Rihanna does it good.
Zendaya,
she has, for the most part, I think, like, she does go on theme. I haven't been a fan of, like, every outfit she's worn, but she does, like, I'll give it to her. Like, she does do the theme. Sarah Jessica Parker, she was also another iconic one. She would always have, like, these amazing headpieces, and, like, that would be part of, like, her look, and, like, those were her, like, show-stopping way to really incorporate the theme with what she's wearing. But yeah, so I'm excited for this September one. I think it's gonna be, like, American life and, like, showing, like, America because of, like, the resiliency or whatever, like, relating back to, like, COVID, some crap like that.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous for it because it's, like, what are people gonna show up with? Am I gonna see a bunch of, like, Midwestern plaid? Like, but I'm, like, hoping it'll be a lot of, like, more, like, Ralph Lauren and, like, just, like, chic or, like, classic. Very, like, classic looks. I pray to God no one shows up in jeans. Although I have a feeling that someone will. Kanye did it once and... no.
Yeah. Have you seen Ocean's 8? It's a movie. It's with Sandra Bullock and Rihanna's in it.
No, I know the movie, but I'm trying to remember if I've seen it. I think I, like, watched it, but then I might have fallen asleep while watching it.
Oh, well, they go to the Met Gala to steal a necklace from Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
And they walk the red carpet, and you kind of get to see, like, inside. Yeah. Like, the table set up, and they're all having dinner. And so you get to see kind of, like, the whole vibe. The Kardashians were there. I don't remember what year Met Gala they went to, but you should watch it so you could see, like, the whole, like, behind
Yeah.
the scenes of it.
I think I started watching the beginning of it, and then I
Mhm.
stopped. Because is there another movie where it's like the women are like thieves and they're trying to break or like steal something, or is it just Ocean's 8?
There is another one. I don't know the name.
Me either.
I feel like there are a few actually.
Unimportant. I'll watch Ocean's 8 though and get back to you.
Let's talk about your career goals. What are you striving for or aiming for, like, in the near future? What are you trying to accomplish?
Money. I'm kidding.
Right.
I'm kidding. Cut that out. I'm like, let me just edit this podcast myself. I am getting my master's in nursing, so then I'm a nurse practitioner. So it's like a level up from just being an RN, or not just. Being an RN is already like an amazing accomplishment, but it's a level up from being an RN. And so I'll obtain my master's and then I'll be on my way. And like they're kind of like, their like big thing, like what they can do, to sum it up, is like they can do everything a doctor can except they can't perform surgery. And there's less school.
Right.
Which is always ideal.
Yeah, right. And do you not want to do surgery?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but it's just like the competitiveness of getting into a med school is just through the roof. Like, if I were trying to achieve that, I wouldn't be here doing this podcast. I would have like no social life, and like school, like I'm like all right at it, but it's like my family calls me like lazy when it comes to school, because like school, like in high school especially, like always came really easy to me. I didn't have to try, and then so the transition to college was just difficult, because it's like, okay, this is like another ball game. Like, you have to study, you have to be prepared for these exams. You can't just wing it and like hope for the best, and like that your professor or your teacher in high school at least like likes you and like, you know, it helps you pass. It's like, no. There's a little more to it.
Yeah.
So like that was like a big transition for me, and still is. Like, I still don't think I really have it down. So achieving med school is just like something that's just not for me personally.
Right. Yeah, my friend Bree, she's an NA right now.
Oh wow, okay.
And that's what she did that because she's trying to figure out if that's actually what she wants to do before she takes the next step.
Okay. Yeah.
So she's trying out some stuff first.
That makes sense.
Yeah. She's helping out with COVID vaccines.
Oh wow, that's cool.
No, not the vaccines.
Oh, the tests?
COVID testing, yeah.
Okay,
that's what
cool.
she's doing. Like down there in Monterey.
Yeah.
But she was saying that kind of like what she's doing, literally anyone can do. Like, she's not using like any of her education. She's just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's the other thing is like we're in like I have to take like these like chemistry classes and like these OChem classes and like all these biology classes, and it's like I'm not even going into like, obviously like genetics is going to be important for me, and like my studying maybe, but like I'm just going to use a very simplified version. So it's like, do I really absolutely need like all these biology classes and all these upper division biology classes specifically, and like all these chemistry classes? Because it's like I'm not going to be sitting there analyzing like the carbon structure of a medicine. Like, I'm not going to be using my OChem to like treat someone. So that's like kind of frustrating. I think like that's like a big thing about like education, like college in specific. It's like you're just jumping through hoops. And like
right.
A family friend told me, he's like, basically that's what life is you're just jumping through hoops one after the other, and college is basically preparing you for that because of like all the prereqs that you need for certain classes, and how you just have to pass one class to get to the next until you're graduated.
Yeah, you're
and
always
like, true.
Yeah.
Pretty depressing outlook on life, but
God.
True.
Yeah, you're always jumping through hoops, always something to tackle, always something going on.
Basically.
That's how life goes by so fast. Ugh.
Exactly. I know.
Fuck that.
Depressing. Honestly, so sad. But yeah, and that's like also part of the reason like I could be graduated in like a semester or so, but like it's been delayed because all of my classes are now prereqs to one another. And I can't take one until I've taken the one before it. And so it's like just dragging out my semesters. Like this semester I barely got 12 units. And the only reason I did is because I had one last general education class to take care of.
Right.
But then it's like, what am I gonna do like the following semesters? Like I gotta like stock up on these electives, and it's like, do I really want to take like, I don't know, some like random class just for the hell of it?
Right.
So anyways, that's another thing to think of when the time comes. But yeah, nurse practitioner is my goal. And then I don't know what I want to like specialize in with the field yet. Family practice is a big one because they're gonna kind of like replace physicians, because in California at least, I mean it also varies state by state, but in California as a nurse practitioner, you can run your own practice or be like part of a practice and like be like a doctor per se.
Yeah.
And treat people in like on your own. And so that's an option. I don't know. What else is that one? OBGYN kind of interests me, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's a big decision too.
Yeah, I'm like, I have time to think about this.
Yeah.
A lot of time. I'm not rushing anything.
Yeah. Not like me, I don't have a lot of time. I mean,
you have plenty of time. What are you talking about?
No, like, I'm kind of done with NPC. Like, I did everything I had to do. So
well,
I think
yeah. So then it's like the next chapter.
Yeah, I think CSUMB is next, because I'm not ready to transfer out to like a big ass university. I don't see the point anymore. I'm in a different headspace now.
I mean, can't blame
And then
you.
now I'm just like, psychology, is that really what I want to do?
Yeah.
But then I was watching Glee, and then the lady, she is a school counselor, and I'm like, she has her own office, she looks so badass. I want to be a school counselor, help out these fucking kids.
See, yeah, that too. I think you would make a good counselor.
But then I love music.
Well, you can incorporate music into it, or like you can like practice like psychology and be like a practicing therapist and all this, but like incorporate music into your practice or like as a hobby.
True. I looked into music therapy, but fuck no.
Well, that one was like, you were telling me all the freaking instruments you had to learn. My god,
I need to sing, play guitar, and play piano just to audition to get into a school for music therapy. And I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah, no way. But yeah, there's options. But yeah, I think you would make a good counselor, therapist, just because like you're very patient and like you listen and you're very relaxed.
I like fell asleep.
Oh,
while you're telling me that.
That's unfortunate. Get up and walk around.
I can't get up and walk.
Yes, you will. Stop.
How was I recording
like
that my leg fell asleep? I was recording Joel right here, and as soon as we were done, I was gonna say goodbye to him, and I got up, and my leg fell asleep, and I literally couldn't walk. It was so embarrassing. I'm like, Joel, I'm sorry, my leg fell asleep, and I'm like walking limping.
God.
So I will be sitting here until it wakes up.
Just move it around.
I'm gonna start laughing. Before we finish up, I need some relationship advice.
Oh, from me, bold of you.
You're perfect for this. But have you ever had a boyfriend? Okay, we've been single our whole lives.
No, I've had like.
Oh.
I don't know. Do you call it a fling? It wasn't anything crazy, so like I had like. Yeah, no.
Okay, so.
Nothing long term. I'm very good at a summer fling. For a few months and then sayonara.
First question. What are some annoying habits of other couples that irritate you the most?
PDA.
In public, right?
That's what PDA stands for. Very good. Oh my god. Yeah. PDA. I don't know, I'm not very much like into like physical, like I'm not into touch in general. Like, do not touch me. I'll like hug you high and bye, but like I don't need to be touching you all the time. That really bothers me. And then when their Instagram feeds become about each other, and it's like, get a life.
Yeah, when all they post is about each other, and then it's like
and
they're not living their own lives. So.
Yeah, it's like, live your own life. Like, I get like posting to like your story here and there, but then like when like it becomes about them, it's like, okay, you're your own person. You can live your own life and still be in a relationship. Right. I believe that, at least. So yeah, those two things.
What kind of a parent do you think you'd be?
I don't know. What does this have to do with relationships?
I don't know. It's the second question.
What did you didn't...
Even if you have no plans
you didn't
to have
research?
Kids, this question can tell you a lot about Oh, your partner. Oh.
What are we doing? A relationship test? Okay, guys, breaking news. We did this podcast today to tell you guys that Yoel and I are in a relationship.
Yes,
sorry.
I decided I don't want to be gay anymore, so I got a girlfriend.
Basically, but it's low key right now.
I hate it when people say sexuality is a choice. Let's not get into that because I'm sorry.
Different topic for a different day.
I just hate it when people say that. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just woke up one day and I'm just like,
I'm straight today and I'll be gay tomorrow. Like,
yeah.
No,
Like
not how it works. Back it up.
Anyways,
Anywho.
if you're having a bad day, would you want me to leave you alone or spend time with you and cheer you up?
Probably leave me alone. I get really mean.
Oh my god.
When I'm having a bad day and I just want to be like isolated, and then I'll eventually reemerge into society and be like, okay, moving on from that breakdown.
You gotta get your octopus that flips around. Mine's
What is yours? You didn't bring it with you? You don't travel with it?
I should travel with it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
why don't you travel with it?
I gotta leave it outside my door.
Yeah.
Happy
exactly.
or mad. You gotta get yourself one though.
Maybe. But that seems like a lot of work. Like, I'd rather just like be like, no. You can just tell based on my vibe. I'm not getting an octopus.
Oh wait, this test isn't really.
Okay, you guys, he was literally writing down interview points after I showed up. And then he's like, oh yeah, I forgot to add that. He added like 3 more.
Maddie, that's far from the point. This test is
You're not prepared is my point.
We'll pretend you're in a relationship with Nick. How content are you with the amount of non-sexual...
What the fuck? I'm not answering this on the podcast. This isn't Call Her Daddy. Well,
Next.
Yeah.
So the two of us are hitting it off. Wait.
What the fuck? Did you not research?
Shut up, Maddie. The two of us are hitting the great outdoors. What would you prefer to spend the day doing?
I prefer to spend the day in a spa.
In a spa?
Yes, in a spa.
Outdoors. What do you want to do outdoors?
Okay, well, they can give me a scrub outside. Hiking, I guess. I'm not camping. If I ever go camping with a guy, like, question me, seriously.
Oh my
because
God.
It couldn't be me.
Do you think celebrating Valentine's Day is corny?
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I'd okay, like, you can like wish me happy Valentine's, get me a card, a gift, and like I'll reciprocate, but I don't think we need to make a big deal about it. Like, I don't think I need the dinner.
Yeah.
And like the whole 9 yards. Like,
there shouldn't be like a special day for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, like we can like celebrate it, but like not really. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, give me my flowers, but like that's about it.
You said it, not me. But yeah, basically that.
Would you ever be friends with any of your exes?
I think so. I think if things end maturely, yes. Like the last guy, well, like we don't talk anymore, but like in between, we were like polite and like had conversation every once in a while. But I think there's like nothing wrong, and like he contacted me like randomly because of like it was like very random. He was going to a friend's wedding, and I like jokingly asked like, "Can I be your plus one?" Because like the friend, it was a mutual friend, and that's how we met. And I was like, please, I need to see this wedding because it's going to be iconic. And I was like, please bring me. And like he had ended things, and the friend's wedding was like a month and a half later. And he like randomly texts me like the day of the wedding, and he's like, so I asked if I could bring you as a plus one, and he said no. Cheapskate. And then it was very weird to hear from him because it was like, you ended things, and like I didn't expect him to like bring that up. And then he did, and like we talked about like that, and then it was kind of like, hope all is well with you, and then I was like, yeah, same to you, and then that was like the conversation. So I think you can, if you're mature about it.
Yeah. And
like things end maturely. But yeah.
Right. What is a relationship deal breaker for you?
Where do I begin? Okay, so he needs to have an education to get it so that he can get a career, or he's like working on a job that can then like support him long term. Like have a goal. He needs to be goal driven, and if he's not goal driven, sayonara. Like you're not working at Target for the rest of your life, like, or like for example, like there's nothing wrong with that now, but like long term, like have a goal. Like say like, okay, I hope to like, I don't know, manage the Target and then move into corporate of Target. I'm using this just hypothetically as an example, but like have a goal.
Like keep doing better, just keep going.
Yeah, like don't just settle for like shift lead at Target because goodbye.
Always aim for higher stuff.
Exactly. So yeah, be goal driven. That's like, I guess I'm changing this into like things I like look for.
Yeah, why don't you say that? What are you looking for in a guy?
Yeah.
So if he's listening. Any
eligible bachelors out there, hit me up. I have my eligibility list is be career driven, have goals in life. I think family oriented, like have a relationship with your family. That's also important to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm close with my family. And so like just have that. Likes to travel.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just like stay in, like even like, okay, like I'll travel like state to state too. But it's like have like desires to like leave United States and like go see the world. So then, because like I feel like that's how you like open your eyes to like what's actually going on, and like you like understand, like I don't know, you just like broaden your outlook on life. And if you like just stay in like one place your entire life, you're not going to broaden your outlook on like life, and you're not going to like, I don't know, it just like leads to like, I don't know, I think it's just like traveling is like just like so beneficial for you. Like not just because like it's fun to like go see another country, but like you also like learn their culture, and like you learn about like how these people live their lives, etc., etc. So that what else? I don't know what else. Is maturity. I don't want some 5-year-old. That's another difficult thing. What else? Has a nice face.
Yeah.
Nice teeth. Isn't like, I don't think I would date someone who smokes cigarettes. That bothers me. Weed I'm fine with. Cigarettes, not so much. Double standard, maybe, but like, I don't know. No hard drugs either. Like, you do cocaine, I'm out. Like, goodbye. Not in my day. What else? Is tall.
Yes, tall.
Tall is
in shape,
nice.
kind of.
Yeah, like definitely in shape. Like, don't be like some like bum. I mean, I'm not in shape, but like, I can pull it out when needed. But I don't want some loser who just sits in front of like their computer playing video games all day.
Right.
I'm not saying don't play video games, but I'm saying like, yeah, like be athletic
and be
to
willing
some degree.
to like just go for a hike or go outside or do
stuff.
stuff.
Like I'm not sitting around all day. Not happening.
Right.
But yeah. What else? Have a good sense of humor. Be kind to people.
Yeah.
Even those below you. Yeah, doesn't spit in my mouth.
Oh my god, I was wondering if we were going to mention that.
Of course it was coming up.
No spitting in the mouth or sucking my toes.
Ew. Ugh, I forgot about that. That's disgusting. I literally, my entire body just cringed when you said that. I think that's worse than spitting in my mouth. Yeah, it's definitely worse.
Don't touch my feet.
Don't touch me. No, I'm very ticklish, and like that, like no. And on top of it, just feet are gross. Like no, I don't want a massage. Do not touch me. You're not sucking my toes. Like no.
Oh my god.
That is just too far. That's disgusting.
Oh, I've never laughed so much.
But yeah, so those are just a few of my criteria. I think they're really manageable and achievable.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for that.
I'm glad we're ending on this note.
This might be my longest episode.
Lesson learned.
No, this might be my longest episode.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't think you could compete with Brianna because Brianna can talk and talk and talk and talk. Her episode was like an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know long. I don't know how long this one would be, but we started like at 12:30.
Oh my god, it's almost 2.
This is probably an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So congrats. This is my longest episode.
What is my reward? Do I get an invite for next season?
Do you want to come to season 2?
I don't know what else we're going to talk about. We covered a lot.
Well, season 2 is already kind of booked.
Oh.
I know. I never thought I'd ever say that. Season 3 is the one that, if I do a season 3, I'm going to have to, like, it's going to be a stretch. I don't know if I'm going to pull it off, but we'll see.
Thinking very long term. I'm like, okay, season 1, good to go. Bye. I can say I did a podcast.
Yes, you're gonna be episode 9, and then I need 3 more, and then season 1 will be over.
Just bump me in a week. It's fine.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we need to finish up. This is long.
Oh yes. Alrighty, thanks for listening, guys.
Wait, I do the
Don't
conclusion.
spit in my mouth, and you can get a date with me.
This out. Oh my god, Maddie. Thank you guys so much for checking out Confabulate. Thank you to Maddie for stopping by. Thank you, Maddie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
Such an honor for you.
Thank you. You should feel honored.
Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Toodles.